Hello and welcome to a new video about how to do easy free Minecraft Blender renders. Oh, that rhymed. Okay, so this is the easiest free way to make renders for your thumbnails and videos. I learned from this video. I will link it down below so that you can see from where I learned it. But today I'm going to show you. So first you have to download Blender, and I'll link that in the description below, and it's free and it's super easy to use. And so then you have to go to Timmy's Minecraft rig. I'll also link that down below, and there it's free. You can donate if you want, but it's also free. So then you just click that, and then you put in your email, and then you are able to download the free rig that allows you to move your character around. So once you have that, you can open up Blender, and then you can just drag this into your Blender that's already open. And it may take a little while to load since it's just coding everything in. And then you will have this. So it doesn't show anything right now, it's just this is the camera. So then you have to reload trusted and click revert, and it'll go to this. And so you can put in the IGN of whatever skin, the name of your Minecraft character. So mine is this. And so then you just click this little button here, and it will give you your skin. Then you just right click on the areas which have the little lines around them, and you can move the poses around, and you can, like the arms, legs, anything, just you can move the head around. And then if you click R while one of the lines are white, and it can move them around, and then if you click it again, it will move them back and forth, up and down, and it works, and it's on anything. So like you can move it around, so you can have your character doing a ton of different poses. Then to get a face that looks more realistic, but to make that just more of a fancy face, then you click facial rig. And so it looks pretty weird at the beginning. And then you click this little button right here, which shows you all the settings for it. And you can go over here, and then you click the little notepad looking thing. Click UV image editor, and that will show you your skin map. And so to get the eyes the correct color, you can click on the color and then take the little color chooser. And then you can just click it for all the other ones so your eyes look exactly the same, because that's for the pupil. And then to move your eyes to the right place, you click on this little line right here, and then you move it up. And then you can choose between eyebrows or eyelashes, depending on your Minecraft character. You can choose the color of them and make them exact. And then to make it look more cartoonish with the little thing, you click on the style of the people, and then you click cartoon, so it adds that little thing at the top, which is very helpful. And then for the mouth, it looks a little bit weird right now, so you can just change it with how you want it. It can go extremely big, or you can just have no mouth, or just a tiny little mouth, depending on what you want. And depending on the render that you're making or what it's for, you can change the shape of the mouth to square, and this works for both normal and square, where you can add different teeth shapes. You can have buck, so like a rabbit, vampire, kitty, and then straight. I prefer the normal one, and you can have no teeth or just straight normal teeth, and I usually prefer this because it looks a bit less odd unless you're doing a specific thing where like you're a vampire. You can change the like the shape of the arm. So there's sharp or smooth. Smooth looks a bit more odd because it doesn't look exactly like the Minecraft characters in the game. Same with the legs. You can do smooth or you can do none, and it'll keep them completely straight the entire time. There's also fancy feet, which you can click, where it just makes your feet a little bit more shaped, different, like pointed in the back. You can see right there. You can do armor. You can choose all different types. You can add that, and gloss sort of changes how much shininess it has, I guess. And then enchanted also adds it a look of whether your armor is enchanted, and it sort of adds that nice purpley shimmer. And then you can also randomize armor, so it gives you a bunch of different things. So there's all the armor in the game, and you can change the color of the leather on the head. So like if you want a blue leather, yellow, red, anything, any color, it'll allow that. You can also have hats. So there's a panda hat, which I think is really cute, but you can't have it with the armor. So, oh, and there's the 3D armor allows it to look, allows it to sort of pop out and look less like an object and more on the character's body. And so if we just turn the head to none, so I can show off the hats. There's panda hat, cupcake hat. That sort of looks like FNAF hat. There's also a top hat, which I really like. And there's even a Christmas hat, so for Christmas time, you can have your own thing. And so now you're probably wondering how you make it look. So you have items, blocks, and different mobs. So you have to, I'll link this down below, but you have to go to this, which is a Minecraft Blender rig for items and mobs and blocks. And so you don't want to do it internal, you want to do cycles, because internal doesn't keep the texture, so it keeps everything else, but the texture just looks like it's black and white. So you have to click that, and then press OK. And then once you have it, then then it'll show up on here, and you just put it on the desktop or wherever you would like. And then you go to File, Append, and then you go to where you store it, and then you click on that. You click on the file that it's in, the folder, and then they have the blocks. Don't do the character rig for this one, it's not very good. And then they have items, mods, which is actually pretty cool. So they have, you know, mostly stuff from the Aether, which is a specific mod. So if you want to add, say, like you're holding a diamond sword, you want to click item, object, just ignore all this other stuff, you only want to click object. And then in the little search button at the top of the screen, you want to type in. So if you want sword, then you do that. And then so there's only one option for it, so you just click that. And then append from library is what you click. And then it'll show up, and then you just have to make it so that the sword is the right size and will go into your hand. To adjust it, you can click R and then click where you want it. And if you think the size is too big, because sometimes depending on what you're doing, the size may look a little bit disproportionate, so you click on the bottom, you click this little thing that has a little square at the end, and then you can adjust the size. And you have to, it's sort of hard because you have to make sure that it looks similar. You don't use the green one because that adjusts the width, but you only want to adjust the height and length of it, and you have to sort of play around with that until it looks about right. Then to get blocks, you have to go back to the cycles rig, and then you just click block rig, and then you again only go to object, because on these you only ever go to object. And then say you want to put in like a piece of dirt. So you just search dirt, and so there's only one. And so you only click the one unless you want more, because that's like farm dirt, which is with the hoe, or coarse dirt, or just regular dirt. And it's pretty, this one is pretty close to 1.11, so it's been updated with Minecraft, so it has all those different new mobs, like the shulker and everything. So then you have a block. It may also seem disproportionate to your character size, depending on, it's actually pretty good, but like if you want them to be holding it, then again you just click the little square and just sort of do that until it's about this right size that would fit into a hand, and then you can just sort of play around with it until you get it to fit in your character's hand. And so this is obviously not finished, but you just need to know how to do it. And then if you want to add an animal, a mob, such as like a passive one or an aggressive one, you just click mob and then only object again. And so they have all these different choices. They're villagers, cows, pigs, ocelots, zombies. So say you want to have like a zombie chasing after you, you just have to type zombie, and then all of these you need. So there's the bones of the zombie, which allows you to move it, and then the textures, and then just the block. So zombie, and then you want to click all of them, and then you want to make sure that you have all of them selected, and then append from library. And so then you want to make sure that you're on the zombie. You want to make sure that you have it. So let's just move our character out of the way. So you want to make sure that you are clicked on the zombie. So you can just ignore the bones. And so you just click on them, and you can sort of just turn the zombie's arm around or move his legs back and forth. And so it's sort of like the character, except it just looks a little bit different because it's just the bones of the zombie. It's not an animal. And obviously these bones won't show up in the actual render of it. And then if you want to add another person, you have to click a pen and then go to where you have the Minecraft rig, and then you literally just want to copy it, where you can then go to pen, and then you go back to desktop, and then you click object, and then you literally just want to select everything on the list, and then you click append from library, and it may take a little time to load, and then you'll have an exact same setup as the last one. Oh, this is a very random render we're having here. Let me just move you out of the way and move you just behind there. So then you can just click on this and then put in another thing. So if I want two of myself, then I do that, and then you will get another exact render of any character that you put in their username for. So you do everything the same as you did in this one. Change the face, the mouth, anything. And you can copy the rig as many times as you want, so you can have tons of people in your render at the same time. And sometimes, if this is something that I've just found, is sometimes when you click render, so you have to click at the top and just click render image, and it'll start to render, and it will be too close up and it won't get the full view. So as you see, there's only a bit of the zombie. It's not going to fit the entire thing, so you just hit escape or exit or just cancel. And so how you deal with that is, so there are two cameras, since you added the other one from the Timmy's Minecraft rig. So you just have to back them up a little bit, depending on how how far, and it'll give you a wider angle of all your characters. So I usually just put the two cameras in the same place. And so then when you click File, Render Image, it will allow you to get a larger view and will add everything into your picture. So it takes a little while to render, but it will be very good quality, and even if you zoom in when it's done rendering, it's still a pretty clear picture, and it's pretty easy to use. Okay, so now you can see our interesting looking render. And so it's finished rendering. It takes a little while, probably like 10 minutes, but all things on Blender take that long because it has to make sure that it's good quality and looks pretty clear. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I also make plenty of renders, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.